Hello and welcome back to the lesson. In our today's lesson, under the topic meetings of national and county assemblies, we are going to study the quorum of the house. The quorum of the house, and by now we understand a quorum is a minimum number of members who must be present in the house or in a committee for its proceedings to be legally valid and for it to make binding decisions. So this rule is designed to ensure that legislative actions represent a reasonable cross-section of elected representatives. And in Kenya, the quorum requirement for the national and the county assemblies are established, for example, the National Assembly by Article 121 of the Constitution. And for the county assemblies, the quorum is established through or following the county government, the County Government Act, specifically Section 19. So that is what we are going to study in our today's lesson, candidates. By the end of this lesson, should be able to explain the quorum of the National Assembly and quorum of the county assemblies. So let's first of all discuss the quorum of the National Assembly. Number one, National Assembly. The National Assembly. Now the quorum for the National Assembly, as I've just said, is constituted by Article 121. Article 121 of the Constitution. And the quorum is 50 members. The quorum requirement is 50 members. For the National Assembly to conduct business, for it to conduct legally valid proceedings, then there has to be a quorum of 50 members in the House. 121. That is the quorum. For any business to be transacted, at least 50 members must be present in the House. And if a member objects that a quorum is not present, then the Speaker is required to count the House. And if the quorum after counting is not met, then the sitting must be adjourned. The sitting must be adjourned. So that is a quorum for the National Assembly. Then for the county assemblies, how about the county assemblies? Now the quorum for county assemblies is regulated under the County Government Act. County Government Act. Regulated under the County Government Act, specifically Section 19. Section 19 of the County Government Act sets the quorum for county assemblies. All right? And what is the requirement? For the National Assembly, we've seen the requirement is just 50 members. But for the county assemblies, the quorum is 1/3 of all the members. It is 1/3 of all the members. 1/3 of all the members of the county assembly. And the implication here is that, candidates, because the number of members varies by county, the number of members is not the same in all the counties. It varies. So the specific quorum requirement depends on the total membership of that particular county. That's why it is 1/3. So if a county has 90 members, it will be 1/3 of 90. If it has 60 members, it will be a third of 90, which is this is 30 and this is 20. So the number of members varies according to the county. So it is a third of all the members in the county assembly. Now then, what one may ask, what is the implication if there is lack of quorum? Procedural implications or implication for lack of quorum. What happens when, for example, before the meeting, before the sitting, the quorum is there, but as the meeting progresses, the quorum falls below the threshold? What is the procedural implication? Now, when a member notices that a quorum is not present during a sitting, they may raise a point of order to alert the speaker or the chairperson. And there is a procedure that then ensues. When that happens, first of all, we said, if a member realizes that the quorum has gone down, then the member has to rise on a point of order and alert the speaker. So the speaker will, first of all, count. The speaker will take a count. The speaker counts the members present after the point of order. Then the bell is rung. The bell. If a quorum is not present after counting, then the division bell is rung to summon members from other areas within the parliament or within the assembly building. Or a bell is rung to alert members who are around the building to come in so that the quorum is reached. Then if the bell is rung and the quorum is not reached, then there has to be adjournment. All right? If after the bell stops, the quorum is still not met, there are two things that may happen. If the speaker is in the chair, so here there are two things that may happen. Adjournment. So number one, if the speaker is in the chair, if all this is happening when the speaker is in the chair, the speaker adjourns the house until the next sitting without any further business being conducted. Now, if the house is in committee, number two, if the house is in committee, if the house is in committee, then the chairperson leaves the chair and reports the lack of quorum to the speaker, who then adjourns the house until the next sitting. Then it's important for us to understand, this is number three. Number four, what we call invalidation. Invalidation. Now, if a vote or division is taken and it is subsequently discovered that a quorum was not present, then that vote is rendered invalid and the business must be deferred to a later time or date. So any count or any business that takes place when the quorum is not met, that business is rendered invalid. But it's important to note, candidates, that while the presence of a quorum is required for business to be validly transacted, the House often proceeds with routine business without a formal count unless a member explicitly calls attention to the absence of a quorum. Because a quorum may not be met, but if no member realizes that there is no quorum, or members realize that there is no quorum but they keep quiet, then the House will continue to transact business. And this is a common practice in many legislative bodies. But it does not diminish the constitutional requirement that a quorum must be present to sustain the validity of the proceedings. So there are times when the quorum is not met. It doesn't mean that when the quorum is not reached, that business is not conducted. The issue of quorum arises only when a member alerts the speaker on a point of order. And that's all, candidates, for today's lesson on quorum of the House. We've discussed the threshold for both the National Assembly and the county assemblies. The National Assembly, Article 121 of the Constitution requires that there ought to be at least 50 members in the House before conducting or transacting official business. For county assemblies, the requirement is a third of all the members of the county assembly. Then we've seen the procedural implications for lack of quorum. So that's all for today's lesson. Thank you and may God bless you. Bye-bye.